Good morning and Shabbat Shalom, everyone. This week's Torah portion is one of the most beautiful Torah portions, which contains the magnificent blessings of Bilam, who attempts to curse the Jewish people, but only blessings come out of his mouth. But on the way to go curse the Jewish people, his donkey veers off the path repeatedly, and Bilam in his anger strikes him repeatedly, until God opens the eyes of Bilam, and he sees that there's an angel with a sword standing in his path. And that's why the donkey was veering off the path. And the donkey opens its mouth and says to Bilam, "Bilam, why did you strike me 3 times? I have been your loyal, faithful donkey that you have ridden upon your entire life." And the question is, why did God make such an enormous miracle of a speaking donkey? God doesn't make miracles in vain. And after all, what the angel tells him is, you can go, but whatever I tell you to say, you must say. That's what God told him in the beginning of the Torah portion. Why did a miracle have to happen for this to reoccur? Why a speaking donkey? And one of the beautiful interpretations is that you see Bilam had 2 strengths. He was a prophet, a Gentile prophet. He had the ability to see things that no one else can see. And he had the ability to speak, to use his mouth to speak beautifully and articulately and pronounce the most beautiful blessings through his power of speech, but he intended to use it for evil, to curse the Jewish people. And what God was demonstrating to Bilam is, you could not see the angel in your path, but the donkey did see it. And yes, even a donkey can speak if I give the donkey the ability to speak. Don't think you have these special superpowers and therefore you could use them as you choose to, but recognize that I gave you that ability to see the unseen and to speak and use your mouth to articulate words, and therefore utilize them properly in accordance with my will, not for your selfish, greedy purposes for wealth, power, and honor. If I choose to, I can give the ability to see the unseen and to speak even to a donkey. And what a powerful lesson about humility. When God gives us abilities, strengths, power, we have to use it properly, recognizing that God could have given it to someone else. And God could even take it away from us and give it to someone else if we don't use them properly. Today is July 11th, and I read that the newest Superman movie is coming out today. Now, I've never watched a Superman movie in my life, but I do know what Superman is all about. And interestingly, it was created in 1938 by 2 Jewish young men, Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, in 1938. And it's been around 90 years practically. What is the power of Superman? Why is it attracts so many moviegoers and people from childhood until adult age? Because Superman is the most perfect Jewish ideal. It's about a world filled with goodness and compassion and heroism and sacrifice and humility. That's what we pray for, not just a better world, but a perfect world. But the truth is, we are all supermen and women, because we have a part of God in us, which makes us really super, really special, with special powers and abilities. Just this week on Thursday morning, yesterday, at the synagogue services, a young man came to shul wearing a Superman t-shirt. And when it came time to lift the Torah, I called him up to raise the Torah for Hagbah. And there he was with his big Superman t-shirt, lifting the Torah up in the sky, up in the air. And I thought to myself, that's what a Jew is. Every Jew is a Superman or Superwoman. And our job, to raise the Torah high. Like Superman, we could help others. We could rescue others from their trouble. We could aid others. We could instill kindness and compassion and goodness. But always remember to do it with humility. And I'll never forget the tragedy in 1995 of Christopher Reeve, who's played Superman, a good man, in a terrible horse accident. He became paralyzed from the waist down, from the neck down. And it represented that we have great strengths and abilities, but every one of us is granted to us by God, and we should never stop appreciating everything we have the ability to do. And if God gave us abilities and strengths, and we are super people, we should use them in a way that is positive, like Superman, and this movie coming out today should inspire all of us to remember you are a super person. Have a Shabbat Shalom.